Picture this. You're doomscrolling, dodging cat memes and influencer drama, when a single video blazes across your feed. It looks real. It sounds real. It claims your country is under attack, or that a rival leader just issued an unthinkable threat, complete with seemingly authentic footage. Before you can even fact-check it, before official channels can respond, it has millions of views, shares, outraged comments. What if that one viral spark, algorithmically amplified into a global inferno of panic and fury, becomes the digital Sarajevo, the trigger for World War III? The terrifying truth is, the weapon that could plunge the world into chaos might already be deployed, silently, constantly, right there in the palm of your hand. Forget slow-burning diplomatic failures. The next global conflict could ignite at the speed of a share. Welcome to the era of weaponized information, where social media platforms aren't just spaces for connection, they're contested battlefields. State actors, rogue groups, even sophisticated individuals now understand the immense power of manipulating online narratives. Forget carpet bombing. Think perception bombing. The goal? To destabilize rivals, sow discord, erode trust, incite violence, and ultimately, shape geopolitical outcomes without firing a conventional shot, until, perhaps, those digital shots provoke real ones. The speed is unprecedented. A lie can circle the globe while the truth is still lacing up its boots. The reach is planetary. And the platforms themselves, driven by engagement-hungry algorithms, often inadvertently become super spreaders of the most inflammatory, emotionally charged content. Because outrage? Outrage gets clicks. Of course, social media doesn't operate in a vacuum. Our world is already a complex network of simmering tensions, historical grievances, and competing interests. From territorial disputes in the South China Sea to proxy conflicts in the Middle East, from energy rivalries in Europe to economic friction between superpowers, the geopolitical landscape is littered with potential flashpoints. These platforms don't necessarily create the underlying hatred or distrust, but they act as a powerful accelerant, a digital gasoline poured liberally onto smoldering embers. They provide the perfect infrastructure for turning localized incidents into global crises. So, how could this digital tinderbox actually explode? Let's explore some chillingly plausible trigger scenarios, the potential sparks from a single post designed to ruin everything. Scenario 1. The deepfake declaration. Imagine a stunningly realistic deepfake video surfaces, seemingly showing a major world leader, perhaps the US president, the Chinese premier, the Russian president, making a highly provocative statement. Maybe it's an admission of a secret attack, a declaration of new territorial claims, or an explicit nuclear threat against a rival. It's expertly crafted, timed for maximum impact during a period of high tension. It goes viral instantly. News outlets pick it up cautiously, but public outrage explodes online. Governments, pressured by furious citizens and fearing the video might be real, react defensively, perhaps mobilizing troops or escalating alerts before definitive verification, which could take precious hours or days. Actions based on convincing fiction lead to real-world escalation. Scenario 2. The compromised command. A sophisticated cyber attack targets the official social media account of a nation's military or head of state. The attackers issue convincing, authenticated-looking posts, maybe false reports of incoming missiles, fabricated orders to attack a neighboring country, or leaks of highly sensitive, doctored documents designed to frame an ally or provoke an enemy. Panic spreads through both civilian populations and potentially military chains of command relying on these channels for rapid updates. The fog of digital war descends, making rational decision-making nearly impossible. Retaliation might occur based on expertly crafted lies disseminated through trusted channels. Scenario 3. The viral atrocity hoax. During a tense border standoff or ongoing conflict, a graphic video or set of images emerges, allegedly showing a brutal atrocity committed by one side against civilians of the other. The content is designed to horrify and enrage, pulling at heartstrings and bypassing critical thinking. It's shared millions of times under hashtags demanding immediate revenge. Humanitarian narratives are weaponized. Even if later debunked, the initial wave of revulsion and anger could create irresistible public pressure on leaders to retaliate militarily, overriding diplomatic caution. Emotion, amplified digitally, dictates policy. Scenario 4. The algorithmic assault. This isn't just one post, but a coordinated storm. During delicate peace talks or a diplomatic crisis, vast networks of automated bots and sock puppet accounts controlled by a state or non-state actor flood platforms like Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and Telegram. They push specific, highly divisive narratives, amplify extremist voices on all sides, spread targeted disinformation designed to derail negotiations, and drown out credible news sources with sheer volume. They create an artificial sense of overwhelming public opinion demanding escalation, making compromise seem politically impossible for leaders monitoring the digital pulse. Hashtags trend globally, creating a manufactured reality of imminent conflict. Scenario 5. The catastrophic misinterpretation. In our hyper-connected world, context collapses easily. Imagine a government statement, slightly ambiguous due to translation or bureaucratic wording, being deliberately misinterpreted and framed online as a declaration of hostile intent. Or a satirical meme about international relations taken completely seriously by influential figures in another country. Perhaps footage of a minor, accidental border skirmish is edited and presented online as a major, deliberate invasion. Fueled by existing biases and amplified by shares from people who don't check the source, the misinterpretation hardens into accepted fact, leading to diplomatic protests, sanctions, and unforeseen escalations based on a digital game of telephone gone horribly wrong. How does a single spark like these spiral so catastrophically? It's a perfect storm of technology and psychology. Algorithms designed to maximize engagement inevitably favor sensational, emotional, and often divisive content because it gets reactions. This pushes the most inflammatory material to the top of feeds. Filter bubbles and echo chambers mean users are increasingly isolated within their own information ecosystems, preconditioned to believe narratives that confirm their existing biases and distrust anything outside them. The sheer speed of information spread online vastly outpaces traditional verification processes. Decisions, both personal and political, are often made in response to the initial viral wave, not the later correction. Add to this the immense pressure on political leaders, who are constantly monitoring social media sentiment. Appearing strong in the face of online outrage, even if that outrage is artificially generated or based on falsehoods, can become a political necessity, severely limiting options for de-escalation. This constant barrage of disinformation also fundamentally erodes public trust in media, in government, in experts, even in reality itself, making populations more susceptible to manipulation during a crisis. Sure, history has seen wars sparked by single events. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand lit the fuse for World War I. But the difference today is the delivery mechanism. That spark isn't confined to newspaper reports traveling over days or weeks. It's potentially delivered simultaneously to billions of screens in minutes, carrying the manipulative power of deepfakes, targeted algorithms, and coordinated botnets. The potential for misunderstanding, manipulation, and rapid escalation is amplified exponentially. We, the users, are complicit in this dangerous ecosystem. Our cognitive biases, confirmation bias wanting to believe what fits our views, outrage bias making us quick to share anger-inducing content, make us vulnerable vectors for disinformation. In the heat of a viral moment, emotion often hijacks rational thought. That instinctive click to share something shocking before verifying it? That could be the digital equivalent of handing ammunition to an unseen enemy. The platforms themselves struggle, often failing, to moderate this deluge effectively, caught between promoting free speech, maximizing profit, and preventing their tools from becoming weapons of war. Attribution remains a nightmare. Was that inflammatory post from a genuine citizen, a state-sponsored troll farm, or a fourth-party provocateur trying to start a fire between rivals? In the chaos, it's often impossible to tell until it's too late. The digital fog of war is dense, and navigating it requires a level of critical awareness most users simply haven't been trained for.